Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have some news to talk about, some breaking news. So apparently, in Underground Laboratory, Netmarble, they basically buffed all of these bosses in Underground Laboratory. If you come over here, Underground Laboratory, they pretty much buffed these bosses. They buffed Kunadon, Data Zahar, they buffed White Still Ill in Alliance Expedition. And the reason why they buffed these bosses is because Kaiser was just too broken. She was too busted, and she was pretty much maxing out her damage. Like, she was dealing insane damage, max cap damage against these bosses. And Netmarble, they buffed them. They buffed the bosses so that Kaiser won't be able to deal max damage. Now, the problem with that is the fact that Netmarble, they buffed these bosses and now Kaiser can't deal, max damage or insane damage. People resorted to this unit right here, which is Missing. So Missing, this unit has been busted for, what I mean by busted, she's been pretty much bugged for, I'll say, a couple months, ever since Vivi's boss battle. This unit, the reason why she's really bugged is because of her reflection skill right here. This pretty much allows her to reflect damage back to bosses who do a range damage to Missing. It says right here, 400% of the range damage Missing takes is reflected back to the enemy. So this is really crazy in Underground Laboratory against bosses like Kunadon, who pretty much deal range damage. So she is just extremely bugged in Underground Laboratory. And Netmarble, I mean, this isn't confirmed, but a lot of players are panicking because they think that Netmarble, they are going to ban players who use Missing in Underground Laboratory as of to right now. So by the way, guys, just let you guys know, I haven't used her. Never used her in Underground Laboratory. Never used her at all. This is a team that I was currently using it against Data Zahar. Never used Missing against bosses in Underground Laboratory. So I'm good to go. I'm in the clear. But chances of Netmarble banning players who used her in Underground Laboratory, I'll say it's a 50% chance. And the reason why it's a 50% chance is because some players are new to the game and they're not really aware of this bug. And most players, I would click the ranking system right here, but I don't want to, show players who use Missing, so I'm not going to do that. But some players, they would look at the ranking of the leaderboard and they would copy off of, the top players who do the most damage. And I will say, for new players who do that, they shouldn't get banned for that. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't get banned because they're new to the game. They don't really know, which unit is extremely busted in boss battle. I'm pretty sure they all know that it's Kaiser, but I'm pretty sure a lot of players are questioning, who's dealing more damage than Kaiser in Underground Laboratory because of the recent buff. So the fact that some people, they go to the leaderboard and they copy off of other players lineup, they copy off of their team formation, I feel like they shouldn't get banned because they weren't aware of this bug. They never knew about this bug. So that's why I feel like it's 50% chance that Netmarble, they're not going to ban all the players who use Missing after the buff. I feel like they're gonna just send out a warning, send out a warning to everybody's account who use Missing. They're gonna send a warning, say, hey, don't use this unit until we fix her. Don't use her in Underground Laboratory until we fix this. I feel like that's a fair approach. And that's a fair way for them to pretty much tell players to not use Missing in Underground Laboratory. So once they receive that warning, if you continue to use her, it's at your it's your fault at this point. It's your fault because they warned you and you still did it. It's your fault. So they shouldn't ban players. I feel like they should just give a warning to everybody who used her, and then if people continue using her, that's when they can, lift up the hammer and just strike it down. So who am I going to blame about, this whole situation? The thing is, I am honestly going to blame Netmarble for this. And the reason why is because, like I said, this bug has been in the game for months. It's been in the game for a very long time, and they had enough time to fix this. There is no reason for you guys to, there's literally no reason for them to take this long to fix a bug that is so obvious. Like, they should have been fixed this ever since Vivi's boss battle. Like Vivi's boss battle, Missing was just completely insane. And I'm pretty sure some players they did get banned for using Vivi. I mean not Vivi, but Missing against Vivi in boss battles. So it's just a shitty situation. And I feel like the best solution is for them to just simply send out a warning to every player's account who use Missing. And from there, everybody can pretty much decide what they want to do. If you want to continue using her, go ahead. You might get banned. But if you don't, then guess what? You're not going to get banned because now you know that this unit is bugged and they told you to not use her in Underground Laboratory. So, yeah, I don't know. Fucked up situation overall. Uh, the number one thing that started this whole situation was when Netmarble they recently buffed these bosses. That's what started this whole situation. If they never buffed these bosses, I feel like the me seeing, the me seeing exploitation, it wouldn't start again. So Netmarble, I feel like they should hold themselves accountable to this because they had a lot of time to pretty much fix this bug, and buffing up these underground laboratory bosses would pretty much result in players using Missing once again to pretty much do a lot of damage. Now the thing is, this is why I say this all the time, is that's why when it comes to building team comps against bosses, I just use whichever units are pretty much good. If I'm dealing solid damage, I'm just gonna stick with that team formation because yes, dealing a lot of damage is solid, but the rewards that you get from Underground Laboratory, it's not that bad, but it's not insane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it worth, going through all of this? Like, is it worth risking your account to get banned just to, deal damage? Like, is it worth it? Like, it's not really worth it, man. So hopefully this can be a lesson to, a lot of players who always want to deal the most damage. Situations like this, if you know that a character is bugged, just don't use that character because you already know if a unit is bugged, chances of chances of you getting banned is pretty much like, I'll say 60%. Like there's a 60% chance that you might get banned if you use a bugged unit and any feature in this game. So yeah, it's a messed up situation. And I hope that a lot of players don't get banned, especially players who spent money on this game. I know a lot of players who spent a lot of money in this game. They put in a lot of effort, and it would honestly suck to see all these players get their account banned over a stupid situation like this. Like this situation is just completely retarded. It makes no sense. So it will honestly be sad to see a lot of players getting banned over this. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I hope they just send you guys a warning, and from there we can just, you know, from there we can understand that Missing is pretty much bugged against bosses in Underground Laboratory, and we're just not gonna use her until they fix her. I feel like that's a really smart approach. Banning everybody right off the bat is just ridiculous, especially if you're a new player. You had no idea if this was a bug, and let's say some veteran player that recommended you to use Missing and you got banned. It's kind of messed up. So messed up situation overall, but hopefully they just send you guys a warning and we can just leave it at that. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys in today's video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And by the way, guys, the fact that I pretty much talked about Missing and how bugged she is, don't use her. Do not use her. She's bugged. Do not use this unit in an Underground Laboratory. I don't want you guys to get your accounts banned. So do not use this unit. But I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be catching you guys soon. Peace.